What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So, in today's video, we're going to go over the iPhone 15 and more. So, let's get into it. Um, let's get into it, guys. Like I said earlier, we're going to go over it on Google and see what is what. So, as I've mentioned to you guys before in the past, or in the other video, the WatchOS 10 will be available to the public for on September 18th. And so it's going to be available September 18th. And let's go over a few different articles about the WatchOS 10 and what it entails. Then we'll get into the iPhone 15 and more. So let's see. 9 to 5 Mac is a trusted website, website and article. So let's see. WatchOS 10 update coming to Apple Watch next week. So this is by Zach Hall on September 12th of this year. Let's see. It's also 11:08 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it says Apple has announced the official release date for WatchOS 10. The major software update for Apple Watch will be available starting Monday, September 18th. And let me tell you guys, I am super excited about WatchOS 10 and all that it entails. The new watch faces, the home screen is the way that all the other tech YouTubers, I should say official tech YouTubers, have shown us. It's way easier to manage. It says your WatchOS 10 includes a ton of changes, including the introduction of widgets, redesigned system, apps, advanced cycling, workout feature, new Snoopy and Palette watch faces, and much more. Apple also showed off new Nike and Hermes watch faces alongside a new Apple Watch Ultra watch face during today's event. So that was on September 12th. Obviously, WatchOS 10 supports Apple Watch Series 4 and higher. So if you have the Series 4, 5, 6, you're all good to go. You can still download it. Let's see, and it requires iPhone 10s or later. So if you have the iPhone 10s, I highly doubt a lot of people do. But if you're one of those few people that have the iPhone 10s, then you're good to go with that. Running iOS 17. As part of today's announcements, Apple also unveiled Apple Watch Series 9 and Apple Watch Ultra 2. Release candidate versions of Apple's upcoming software updates, including WatchOS 10, are available today for public and developer beta testers. So, let's go into some more articles about this. Let's read the articles of The Independent. So it says here, iOS 17, WatchOS 10 release date. Apple reveals when major iPhone update will arrive. So it says here, Apple will release its major, Apple will release its major new software updates for the iPhone, Watch, and more next week. iOS 17 will arrive on Monday, September 18th. Apple said as it revealed the new iPhone 15 and other products. So basically, what I'm going to do is instead of updating my software on all three of my Apple Watches and both of my iPhones, on Monday, I'm going to do it with you guys live here on YouTube. So that way you can see it live. I've been loving to do that more and more for you guys. I am so excited though, more for the WatchOS 10 to come to the Apple Watch, and more particularly the Apple Watch Ultra. And so what I'm excited though, like I said in the other video that I didn't upload yet, but I will later tonight, is that there's something that I want to show you guys, and I'll show it to you guys later. But as soon as I bought my Apple Watch Ultra last October, I was going to go to Target anyway, but I remembered to buy this really cool thing that it just makes your life so much easier when charging your Apple Watch. And I remember buying it. I have two after buying that other one after I got my Ultra. And, it works so seamlessly. It's you can get Target, and it's next time I go to Target, I'll show you guys where it's at. And it's I think it was like $5-10, like if I remember correctly. But it is something like when you charge your Apple Watch, like your Ultra every 2.5-3 days, and then obviously me personally, it's something I do. But it's something that you do as well. When you charge your Apple Watch Ultra, that's awesome as well. But what I do personally is every 2.5-3 days when I charge my Apple Watch Ultra. So for today, it's not gonna be until tomorrow at some point. However, is whichever if my either me be my SE or my stuff at Nike, whichever one's fully charged or enough charged, I will wear one of those. And this thing, just which I'll actually show you guys here. So I'll take off my Series 7 Nike. It is fully charged. So this is something like really, really cool here. And I bought it at Target. So what you do is, as you can see here, is you just take your Apple Watch cord with the puck and you just weave it through. So I'll demonstrate on this one later for you guys, but of how it works. All you do is just weave it through, and then and then the puck goes here, as you can see. And then what you do is, so I took off my 7 Nike, right? I'm gonna change the band on this one in a little bit, but all you do is you just put it on like that, and you don't have to worry about a thing. And it's charging and it's working, and it makes life so much easier with that thing. And so, if you don't already have one, I really encourage you to go buy one at your local Target. It is something that has made my life so much easier, and I'm so glad I remember to buy the other one. Another one soon after the day of when I got my Apple Watch Ultra, because I was gonna go to Target anyway. So I went to Best Buy to get a brick, right? Because obviously, Apple Watches, they don't come with the bricks anymore. A lot of our devices don't come with the bricks anymore. I think it's just our MacBooks and our iPads. I think they just come with the bricks, and then our iPhones and Apple Watches and so forth, they just come with the charger as well as the device itself. And so this thing really has been helping me out, and I love it so much. And it's something that it's something that I encourage you to buy if you don't already have one. And yeah, there's a lot of cool things over at Target in that section that I will be buying over time. But this stand thing for your Apple Watch it just makes life so much easier. And so anyway, so let's continue reading on about the Independent article. So it says here, let's see here. Yeah, so I'll reread it real quick. So I forgot where we were. So Apple will release its major new software updates for the iPhone, Watch, and more next week. iOS 17 will arrive on Monday, September 18th. Apple said it has revealed the new iPhone 15 other products. WatchOS 10 will be released on the same day, timed around the launch of the Apple Watch Series 9. Both will be available as free upgrades for almost all devices that can run the current updates. iOS 17 drops supports for the iPhone 8 and iPhone 10, however, which were released in 2017. macOS Sonoma, the update for Apple's computers, will arrive slightly later on September 28th. That is relatively early for the new Mac update, which, as in the past, been pushed later into the year. iOS 17 brings with it a whole range of features primarily based around communication. There are major upgrades to the phone app, messages, and more. The new version of WatchOS brings a fresh design to the Apple Watch, allowing more information at a glance. So at a glance, right? And then what else we got here? So it says also it also adds new fitness features, including the option to track cycling metrics. So if you want to track like your workout on your bicycle, Apple has already made the updates available through its public and developer beta programs, and users can still join those to get early access to the software. After the event, Apple released the release candidate version of those updates to developers, suggesting that they are ready to launch the full version soon. So basically, what they're saying is that they're already ready to go. So Monday, September 18th, when we all download it, it's already ready to go. It's already perfect. And like I keep mentioning that right now, I want to download it right this second, but you know what? It's gonna take up, uh, it's gonna take up 6.5 gigabytes of your phone, and and so yeah, it's gonna take up gigabytes of your phone, and but it's only take up megabytes or maybe 1 or 2 gigabytes. I'm not exactly sure. We'll find out Monday, but yeah, for next Monday. So I'm super excited about that, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun to use. And next week, it's gonna be so much fun to finally download the new software updates. So yeah, let's see here. Um, let's look up the. Let's see what else. Let's see why iPhone USB C, right? USB C. Um, so it says here the USB C charging standard is quote unquote faster at transferring data than Lightning, and there are many even be some cool perks like the ability to plug your phone directly into an external display to look at photos. So basically, I mean, if you have basically the fastest way, it's not really, connecting, one end of the cable to your phone, the other cable to your computer or, a monitor or whatever. It's no. If you have Apple devices, so even, because like lately with this guy right here, the last ever iPod Touch to ever exist. This even does AirDrop, which is something that I don't think was ever expected, but it is AirDrop. And so, if you were at the Teresa Costa event this previous Sunday, you might have seen me filming on my iPod Touch, right? And that is because of Gigabyte. And so, because I'm running very low on Gigabyte, having to video certain things, take pictures of certain things for the calls I police, and keep it in my phone basically. And so that's why you guys saw me filming with this previous Sunday. Um, it's sort of filmed, on my phone. However, just for the YouTube Shorts. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? But yeah. So, anyways, there's this thing called AirDrop. So you can AirDrop, and it it does go faster. Um, with because like what I've been doing lately is AirDrop filming on one phone. So if I have enough gigabytes on my T-Mobile phone, I will go ahead and go forth with just uploading it right there because this channel is connected to. I have that on this phone. My other channels that I have is connected to my iPods and my iPad and my uh, uh, other iPhone. And so basically, so I have to film on my iPad, I have to film my iPod Touch or my other iPhone. I will then airdrop it, and I want it to go on this channel. I will then airdrop it to this computer of mine, which is super cool. And there you go. And then I'll upload it and all that stuff. And so, yeah, so airdropping is something that is something really, really cool. So let's read all about the from NewYorkTimes.com. Let's see here. The answer, advice, staff picks, myth busting, and more. Let us help you. It says Apple's iPhone 15 is switching to USB C, and that's a good thing, I guess. I don't know. Um, this is published September 12th of this year, and it says here Apple announced the iPhone. Um, Apple announced the iPhone 15 lineup today. It was I'm just reading it. When I read articles that are days old, years old, whatever, I read it as if it was today, right? So bear with me, guys. You know how I do with articles, right? When I read them to you guys. So it says here, Apple announced the iPhone 15 lineup today, and here's the big takeaway. The iPhone 15 will have a USB-C charging port instead of Apple's proprietary Lightning port, bringing the iPhone in line with every other modern smartphone, computer, tablet, camera, and pair of headphones. So there's one YouTuber, Greg's Gadgets. So which I love watching Greg's Gadgets videos. Very informative on his videos. So he was unboxing things that uh, like uh, iPhone 15 case, wallet, Lightning to USB C adapter, and also something also interesting that he unboxed and showed us is that a USB C Apple wired earbuds, something that I don't think any of us have ever seen before until watching Greg Gadget's videos. So until we watched that, until any of us watched that video of his, I mean, seeing that was really shocking. And we've kind of, I think the reason why we've, you know, slowly degrading down to just using AirPods. Now apparently, like, then there's new AirPods that have USB C. Um, you know, is because we use our AirPods, right? Because they're simple, and we don't have to worry about wires. And that's mainly why I love them, because and also the battery lasts for a long time. So like I have two pairs, right, guys? I have two pairs. One I keep on my table, and then one in this really cool thing that I bought at the outlet mall, and it just makes it perfect, right? So I put cash in one spot and my other AirPods in there, and they last about a week. I mean, even though I'm on my scooter every single day, I'm not even that worried about battery life. The battery life on the AirPods Pros are super, super amazing. So, yeah. So let's continue reading, guys. It sounds like, it might sound like an irritating change at first, especially if you have a pile of lightning cables. But Apple's adoption of this standard is generally good news, even if the company's hands was kind of forced by European Union mandate that required mobile devices to adopt USB-C by late 2024, rather than needing to keep another separate cable for your Apple devices. You'll be able to use a USB-C cable to charge, say, your iPhone 15, Nintendo Switch, Bose headphones, and Windows laptop. Whoa, Nintendo Switch takes USB-C? Huh, that is really interesting. I did not know that. Why USB-C? Why USB-C is a good move? It says here, if you're planning to buy the iPhone 15, finding a cable to charge your phone will be easier in general, and you'll need fewer cables overall. You'll likely already have a USB-C cable for your laptop or earbuds, so you can use the same one for all your devices. If you need to replace your Lightning cables, even the best USB-C cables are pretty cheap. This is basically the point of the European Union's legislation. A single standardized port means people don't need to buy different cables for different devices. It also means that fewer cables will need to be made, manufactured, and shipped. Most people's shouldn't be affected by this regulation in their day-to-day routine. The law is mainly intended to shape the way manufacturers build products in the future. So I kind of have to say, guys, that's kind of a weird thing. I mean, yeah, we already have a bunch of, like, USB C cords laying around. I mean, I use my, I still use my, USB C GoPro cable for my old phone and a bunch of other things. And so this right here is what I keep talking about in the Zoom type videos. So this right here is a third party item. Now, the only reason why I am okay with this being USB-C to charge is because it's a third party item. It is for your Apple devices. However, like your Apple Watch charges right here, as you guys can see, it's there. It has a uh, built-in puck right there for your Apple Watch. It has this really cool cord right there built in for your iPhone, iPod, right? And so the only reason this is for Apple devices, however, Um, I'm only okay with this being USB-C to charge is simply because it's a third party item and I bought it because I bought it on Amazon. So that's why it's not directly from Apple. So, but yeah, anyways. So it says here it's a bit too early to tell whether USB-C on the iPhone is a long-term plan for Apple or whether the company will ditch the port altogether in favor of wireless charging. The law specifically applies to devices that recharge over a wired cable. Apple has a history of removing popular and well-loved ports, such as when it removed the headphone jack from the iPhone 7. So do you guys remember that when Apple removed the headphone jack and we were like all in a you know tizzy about that, all complaining about it on social media, so to speak, right? And we were like, hey, why did they remove it? And then as time went on, we got more familiar with the AirPods, right? And now we're obsessed with the AirPods, right? And so we love our AirPods, and it's something that we love and we're obsessed with now. As far as the USB C, I think it might be just like a 1 year thing to like test out. And who knows? Maybe September of 2024, they'll bring the Lightning back, or they'll keep the USB C charging, or one of other, three things, they might just completely get rid of the charging port altogether and just have us like strictly like the iPhone 16. And that's weird to say iPhone 16. Um, charge it wirelessly. So who knows what it's going to be like? Like it says here, New York Times. What I'm saying. They might do one or three things. Keep the USB C. If everybody likes, so for everybody that's going to go and buy the iPhone 15 this year, if between September 22nd and so on, um, so as of September 22nd of this year, who knows if, as of, this Friday or, next Friday, I mean, who knows as of next Friday when people go online and buy it, or they wait till October when it's released to Apple stores and they go buy it there or at their phone carrier stores. If, people that are, buy the iPhone 15, if they're going to like it, throughout the year, or they're going to, for those that are YouTubers, they might, wait a couple months or so and be like, oh, I like it, or I really hate it, or whatever. So who knows what it's going to be like with the iPhone 15s if the USB C mechanism is a good thing. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's one cable, but at the same time, I mean, I would say the success of removing the headphone jack and then years later we getting AirPods, and AirPods Pro. I mean, it's something that we all love, we're all obsessed with, and so yeah. I mean, who knows what's gonna be like? So, anyways, so what to do with an older iPhone? Let's read about what New York Times says about that. Since Apple's newest phone lineup no longer has Lightning ports, and the company also just updated its AirPods Pro earbuds to include a USB C port as well, you can expect it to stop selling new Lightning compatible cables and devices altogether in the coming months. Okay, that's very interesting. However, Um, there's still more than a billion iPhones with Lightning ports in the world right now, so you're likely to find Lightning cables and accessories for years on Amazon and from other retailers. Even so, you might want to pick up an extra Lightning cable next time you're shopping, depending on how long you're planning to keep your current iPhone. Let's they become more difficult to find. Otherwise, this change has no impact on other iPhone owners. All your accessories will still work exactly the same. Does this mean that you need a new iPhone? It says here you might be wondering. So what New York Times is saying is when they say, "Does this mean you might need you need a new phone, the iPhone?" So New York Times says with that saying you might be wondering whether today's news is big enough that you should be getting a new iPhone. We don't think so. Apple has made other improvements in the iPhone 15 lineup that might make it more appealing than what you have. But if your current smartphone works for you, we don't see enough of a reason to get the newest iPhone. The addition of USB-C makes the iPhone 15 an easier device to charge. I guess so, maybe. But that's about it. This article was edited by Caitlin McGrary and Jason Chen. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty interesting to say the least, guys. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty crazy how that all unfolds, and yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? Um, so yeah, I will see you all the next few videos. I will go on. I want to watch back and see what was said. Okay, I want to see what that person said. I don't know like why they would call somebody for no reason, but I'm gonna go ahead and look back on it on my own. I'll talk to you guys later.